You get to design it your way. Relationships and your life. That's me above. Anything that you're wanting in your life, you get to make it a hybrid version of what you would like to have happen. We think we've got to be married or living together in the same country or in the same part of the house, and we've got to... That's why people are unhappy, is you try and fit yourself into a box because culture's groomed you to think that you have to do life a certain way. You don't. You can make it work for you. The key piece is speaking to the expectations so that you have a bond, an integrity bond. What's okay for you, what you're looking to cultivate. And we're transparent about it. That's where people have an issue. However, I'm just here to tell you, 30 years I've been working with people. That also includes couples. You get to design it your way. There might be someone that you like in another country, in another city. It might be that you love waking up on your own or going to bed on your own. Nothing has to change. You don't need to fit into somebody else's version of what a relationship is. And certainly not the other person's idea. Then we're into sort of all kinds of funny business. Codependency or narcissism and masochism and so on. The point is you can design it your way. The thing is we have a list about everything, a list of reasons why we can't have what we want. And that's usually a buffer because you fear getting hurt. So you tell yourself a story about how you can't have what you want, and that's not how it works. We can't have what we want because our unconscious motives about pain and how we need to protect ourselves comes in the way. It's not about other people, and it's not about culture telling you that you've got to be married and living together and looking after... You're a divine, amazing person, unique. Nobody else is like you. Never will be, never could be. So you get to design life your way. On this earth, there's a lot of people making a lot of money because you don't have an idea how extraordinary you are. Creative, resilient. Have a think about what you've overcome. Worked with people for a long time. You're not going to be some weak version of a human being if you're still on planet Earth today. Correct? So you get to decide, what kind of relationship would you love? Who and how do you get to be in order to attract that? And give it some thought. Okay, what would he or she or they be like? What would light them up? What would they support in me? What will I support in them? What kinds of things will we do together? What kinds of things will we not do together? Not a list of what you don't want, a list of what you do want. If we could magic it that you could be in control of designing a relationship that you would like, what would it be? And you could play with that. It reminds me of that movie, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. No, not even her. You know, the wonderful woman from Pretty Woman. Richard Gere and her, Julia Roberts. And it's Runaway Bride. And he challenges her in the movie to say, you don't even know what you like, because she's this serial data person. So there's a scene in it where she's eating lots of different kinds of eggs, scrambled egg, poached egg, and so on, because she's like, he's right. She didn't know what she liked and didn't like because she was so used to morphing herself into whatever version she thought she should be for the other person. That could be you too. It's a lot of people. When we're wounded, that's what we do, is become chameleons. It's very creative to fit in. However, you don't need to fit in. You don't need to give up anything if you've got used to doing certain things and you like it as a single person or as something. You don't need to change that in order to have a relationship. We're not taught and in our culture. And you can enjoy your X, Y, and Z and have closeness in whatever way. Yes, you can. I'm an expert in my field. I get it. So you could consider it. What's the fear? If you could have it your way, what actually is the reason for you not having a relationship? We don't have to have them. However, my guess is you'd be robbing people of the opportunity of your love and your kindness and your closeness. And there will be somebody out there hoping to meet you. Wouldn't it be sad if you don't meet because you've got a list of how things can't happen? When I'm telling you they can, when you're ready, it comes. However, we get what we are, who we are, not what we want. So the major question is, who and how do I get to be in order to have this kind of person in my life? So consider it. Let me know and I'll get my hat ready. You don't have to be married. You don't have to live together. You can do it your way. Hybrid version of love. What does it look like? You can pop it in the chat. Inspire other people. Like, save, follow, all the things. I'll see you again. Much love.